Welcome to this week's Clearing the Air with Airline Ratings. This week we're going to clear the air on Boeing. Jeff, what is going on at Boeing? There has been so much media attention. There's a lot of emotion around this as well. Can you sum up for us in 1 minute what's going on?
Well, look, obviously Boeing's in the news after that Alaskan Airlines incident on January 5 where the door blew out. Very scary situation. A lot of questions to be asked, a lot of investigation going on to that, very mysterious failure. And so naturally, Boeing is in the news. And so every time an incident happens with a Boeing aeroplane, then we're going to get publicity on it. And so, but the reality is there's just as many incidents involving Airbus as there is with Boeing.
And that was my next question. Incidences happen all the time with all airlines. We just don't hear about them. Are there as many incidences with other aircraft manufacturers like Embraer and Airbus?
Look, there are indeed. And in fact, I've got in a report from overseas, from Bernstein, New York. Just came in overnight. And it was really fascinating to read it because, in fact, when you're comparing the 737 aircraft, which is more in the news than any other, with the Airbus A320, its competitor, there's actually more incidents involving the A320 than there are with the 737 MAX. It's almost line ball, but there's a few more involving the A320.
Yeah, we're just not hearing about it.
No, because Airbus is not in the news. So this is the way the media works these days, social media driving a lot of it. Mainstream media picks up that trending vibe and says, we've got to look at Boeing. And look, interestingly enough, overnight, into Perth, where this is coming from, we had a Qantas incident involving an Airbus aeroplane, engine failure on descent. They didn't mention who the manufacturer was because they're more interested in Qantas, but it was an Airbus aircraft and it's going to be out of service for 2 weeks with an engine failure. We're getting this huge emphasis on Boeing at the moment. And one of the other dynamics that's not understood is Boeing doesn't make engines. Airbus doesn't make engines. Airbus doesn't make cockpits. Boeing doesn't make cockpit avionics. They don't make undercarriages. They don't make wheels. They all come from other suppliers. Boeing has 22,000 suppliers. So if there's a problem with an undercarriage wheel assembly on a Boeing aeroplane, then Airbus has got the same problem.
So Jeff, are you saying the problem's not Boeing? It's the production that goes into Boeing from outside companies?
Look, I'm not making light of the problems that Boeing have got. There are some oversight issues there which are being addressed, need to be addressed, and there's some question marks. No question about it. None whatever. But the emphasis on Boeing has been overplayed significantly because it's Boeing and they're in the news.
Okay. Jeff, a couple of our viewers have sent questions in.
Sure.
Asking, are Boeing at financial risk and are airlines switching their orders to Airbus? And if they're not, why? So 2 questions there. Financial risk and switching to Airbus.
Sure, and you'd ask those sort of questions. Now look, most people associate, we're going to Bali, we associate Boeing with a commercial airplane. But Boeing make rockets. They put the International Space Station together. They make transport aircraft for the US Air Force. They make fighters. They make all sorts of things. It's a colossal organisation. No financial risk whatsoever. And in fact, they're looking at acquiring some of their suppliers at the moment to bring some stability to them. So from that perspective, no, there's no financial risk whatsoever.
And the switch? Are people switching to Airbus?
Well, the thing is this. Some customers might like to switch to Airbus, but the problem is Airbus's production lines are full till about 2032, and Boeing's similarly are full till 2031. So from that perspective, they can't switch because both manufacturers are flat out producing aircraft to replace older types and for growth. So no.
Growing industry.
It is.
Jeff, we did a consumer survey at Airline Ratings and had a lot of responses half of the people that responded said that they were somewhat concerned about flying on a Boeing aeroplane. 20% said they would not fly on a Boeing aeroplane. Now, that touches on what you've said about the media and sharing the scare, so to speak.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Jeff, before we finish up today. Would you fly on a Boeing aeroplane?
Well, yes, because I'm flying to Sydney tomorrow on one, so I have no qualms about it whatsoever. None.
There you go. You've heard it here first. That was this week's Clearing the Air with Airline Ratings. If you liked what you heard, subscribe at the link below, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter. Sorry, X.
X.
X,
X.
not Twitter.
Indeed.